Right, this is my final video on the different classifications of arrows by skill level, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about expert arrows. These are the really expensive high-end arrows. These are what you get if you're shooting really big scores, and they're really high quality. And as I said, they are very expensive. In the previous video we talked about intermediate arrows, and they get more expensive from the standard aluminium arrows, and you get a higher quality out of these. But these only go so far. If you want to shoot even better, you need to start getting the more expensive ones. This is the Eastern X10. This is by far the most popular expert arrow. It's won more Olympic gold medals than any other arrow ever since its advent, and it's a really high quality arrow, but it's very expensive. If you don't want to spend all that money on an X10, you might want to go for an ACE, or you might want to look at other brands like Carbon Express. They make very good arrows. I just don't have any in my hand right now to show you. The benefit of an ACE is it's pretty much the same high quality as an X10, but where it is beat out by the X10 is it's a wee bit thicker than the X10. When you're going to get these more expensive arrows, you pretty much have to start using pin nocks. If you're not going to use a pin nock, if you're going to use an insert nock or anything like an ACE, because insert nocks are lower quality, they're not made to the same high tolerances, it's just going to drag the quality of your arrow down. You pretty much need pin nocks, or you can always have what are called over nocks, and these fit over the shaft, and they give you a much higher precision again than a pin nock. They are higher quality. But if you do smash the back of an arrow that has an overknock on it, you're going to break your arrow pretty much every time. So you've got to be willing to spend a lot of money on new shafts if you're going to use these overknocks. But as I say, they are higher precision than a pin nock, and they are quite popular in the international scene. When it comes to the points on these arrows, there are, as with intermediate arrows, a couple of options. You've got nib points, you've got replaceable screw-in points, and you've got break-off points. I would only ever use a break-off point, that's just me. I feel that an insert point, a screw-in point, there's always the danger of it coming undone during the competition, and it's just that anxiety that you need to be constantly checking your points, and it does get quite tense if you do actually have a point come undone. You're just wasting points. So I like a break-off point. You know for certain that it's in there and stuck in there really well, and it's not going to come undone. Same, you could also have a nib point, which are a bit lighter, and they're a wee bit weaker I feel, so I like a good break-off point in my arrows. When it comes to these more expensive arrows, for some reason they do start having longer points, and because these points are a bit longer, they're more susceptible to bending. And if you get a bent point, you've got to replace it straight away. The other option for these longer points and these weaker materials is having tool steel if you've got Carbon Express arrows, or tungsten points for Eastern or Carbon Express arrows. And they're shorter, and the material that they're made out of is a lot stronger, but they are hellishly expensive. They're about $300 to $400 for a pack of 12. So if you're going to get those, you will know that you don't need to replace them. They will last forever, or close to, but they are very expensive. And if you don't want to spend that money, the stainless steel points are always there. You've just got to be careful. You always need to be checking them if they're bent, and if they're bent, you've got to be willing to constantly replace them. So that's just something to consider. And if you're going to get into the expert level of archery, you probably want to go and buy a set of indoor arrows for the indoor season. And there are a couple of options for indoor arrows for the indoor season. A lot of recurve archers won't change their setup for the indoor season. They'll just be shooting the same arrows that they shoot outdoor. So you'll see a lot of recurve archers in the indoor season still shooting X10s or the like. But you can also get big aluminium arrows for the outdoor season, for the indoor season as well. I have a video talking about the difference between indoor and outdoor arrows, so if you want to check that out, that's always here as well. So for the indoor season you want a thick arrow, if you're going to change to an indoor arrow, a thick arrow with big veins and a sharp point. I've got more detail on indoor arrows in the indoor arrow video, and I've also got more detail on what classifies a part of the road in the upgrade video as well. So thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video.